the National Junior College Athletic Association, Brunswick Community College promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials and coaches in a positive manner. Negative comments, profanity, racist, sexist, or other abusive comments directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated on our grounds for removal from the facility. Brunswick Community College thanks you for your support and cooperation. Will everyone please rise as we honor America with our national anthem. Starting lineups. First for the Sea Devils of Cape Fear Community College. Starting at guard, number 0, Carly Little. Starting at forward, number 1, Jayla Henderson. Starting at guard, number 2, Jesse Golden. Starting at forward, number 24, Ciara Simmons. Starting at guard, number 31, Kelly Holbrook. Sea Devils are coached by Williams. By Yana Cotton. And now for the PCC Dolphins. Starting at forward, number 5, Brooke Wilson. Starting at guard, number 2, Ryan McCoy. Starting at guard, number 24, Taylor Logan Bowman. Starting at forward, number 12, Jemiah Leach. And starting and the Dolphins are coached by Joe Rawhan and he is supervised.
Dolphins basketball is brought to you by Coastal Transplants, and Brunswick takes on one of the top teams in the country. Their rival today, it's number 16 ranked Cape Fear Community College in town to take on your Dolphins. Sea Devils are unbeaten on the year. They are 15-0, 13-0 in the region. Dolphins are 2-17, and they are 0-8 and 1-13 in Region 10. So, about to get underway. Thanks for joining us. Chris Shima, glad to be with you as always from the home studio in Ohio. And settle in, going to be a tough test tonight for the Dolphins. Let's see what they got against this top-tier Cape Fear team who is off to its best start in program history, surpassing last year's total. They were 13-0 at the start last year. They're 15-0 this year. And like I said, that's got them into the top 20 at number 16. Rebounding is a big reason why, as you see Holmgren try to get the putback for the Sea Devils. They've got all kinds of stats. We'll tell you about individual stats, but it's going to come down to rebounding today for sure, as Cape Fear is +8 on the season against their opponents. Dolphins, a pretty good rebounding team at home too, but they don't do that very well. Take care of the basketball as Henderson gets the steal, and then sacrificing her body is Skylar Lassiter taking the charge. So, a couple of nice stops at the start for the Dolphins. They're going to have to keep this low scoring today. It's the first meeting between the Dolphins and Sea Devils this year. Teams will rematch February 21st in Wilmington. Sea Devils won both meetings last year. They won by 15 here at Brunswick and by 5 at Cape Fear. So they were competitive games last year. Trap is on, that little half-court trap for the Sea Devils. Good ball movement here, finding Logan Boaknight. Can't get the back rim to bounce her way, though, as Holmgren gets the rebound. McDonald is a quick sub as Holmgren misses the 3, so Maya McDonald is in very quickly. Here is Sims. Sims turnaround, no. Sea Devils are cold at the start. 39% shooting team on the year. Sea Devils, as a team, don't light up the statistical rankings the way you would think a 15-0 team does. They're not nationally ranked in many categories like the Dolphins. They're good at getting to the free throw line. But that young lady is very good at scoring the basketball. That's J.C. Bolden, 20.1 points per ball game. She's 21st in D2 in points per game. She's the top scorer in Region 10. In January, she's shooting very good from 3, a season-high 39%. She's 34th overall in three-point shooting. So Bolden gets them on the board. Dolphins with another turnover, and this is one of those things again. Dolphins have to take care of the basketball today. It's not a request, it's a requirement if they want to stay in this game. On the far side, Little. Extra pass down low. Holmgren got it to Sims, who couldn't get it. Sims fighting for the rebound with Logan Boaknight, and the jump ball possession arrow will favor Brunswick. Dolphins coming off that loss against Guilford on Saturday. Cape Fear last played on Sunday. They won 84-57 at Catawba Valley. 5th game of an 8-game road trip. Kalen Logan Boaknight's been hot for 3, not that time. And we got a foul underneath on the rebound. It's going against Cape Fear, and it's going to be their second, I believe. First on Dahari Little. That pass is stripped away. Cape Fear forcing a lot of turnovers here early. Dolphins taking a lot of charges. That's their second. First, Lassiter took it, and this time, Krishaya McCoy. So Kalen Logan Boaknight, we saw her miss her first 3. Back-to-back games in double figures for Boaknight. Still hot in January, 10.7 points per ball game. Double her previous average. She's got the ball now. Swings it to Lassiter right of the lane. Back to Logan Boaknight. The Rainbow swishes it in. Kalen Logan Boaknight 1 out of 2, and it's 2-2 here at the start of this one. So pretty good start here for Brunswick. Bolden swings it out to Holmgren. Cross court, it goes back to Bolden, and she traveled. Cape Fear is 9th in free throw attempts per game at 21.7. Dolphins are 11th at 22.5. That doesn't make sense. I think Brunswick is 9th and Cape Fear is 11th. I think my notes were wrong there, because 22.5 is greater than 21.7. That's that college education going to work. Bowling Green State University, top tier, as you can tell. Logan Boaknight throws it away. It's a steal by Sims. She'll bring it into the forecourt for the Sea Devils. We are 3.5 into this one. Bolden's got the lone bucket. She's got both buckets now as J.C. Bolden up to 4, and it's 4-2. J.C. Bolden leading Kalen Logan Boaknight on the scoreboard right now. Wilkins with the bounce pass to McCoy. Her entry pass deflected, so Krishai will get it in the backcourt, 17 to shoot. Lassiter far side. Again, that hounding, trapping zone defense by the Sea Devils. Wilkins throws it away. It's the 3rd steal already for Cape Fear. Bolden to the bucket, puts it up and in, so J.C. Bolden's got all 6. Not a surprise, although Cape Fear does have a balanced roster in terms of scoring the basketball. J.C. Bolden the top scorer in Region 10, showing us why here in the opening 4 minutes against Brunswick. And another steal. Sims throws it high, though, so Logan Bouknight will steal it right back. Brooke Wilkins on the wing. Here is McCoy. Back to Brooke. Wilkins gets a screen now, double teamed. Swings it underneath to Lassiter, and Lassiter is going to be called for a 3-second violation. First sub for Joe Gaughan, it's Anaya Hemby into the game. Cape Fear also made a sub. We'll check on that here. It looks like Jayla Henderson coming back into the game. And I believe Sims went out. 3 in the corner is long by Littles. Cape Fear team 28% as a team from 3. Haven't seen Demaya Chisholm out there yet. Possible she's not active today. She's the one who's used to, Cape Fear's used to getting a lot of turnovers forced by her. Chisholm came in tied for 16th in D2 with 3.7 steals per game. She had 7 steals back in December in a game. But we haven't seen her tonight so far for Cape Fear, and that's a bonus if you're the Dolphins, although they have still been sloppy with the basketball here at the start of this one. Timeout on the court. We step aside, 4:29 left to go. Low scoring start for both teams, but Cape Fear leading by 4. Yeah, so as you saw, there are a couple changes in the schedule. In fact, that Patrick and Henry date is wrong. It's the Thursday prior, so February 15th, and I won't be with you for the next 2. I'll be with you at the end of the month, though. Dolphins are going to have a 3-game homestand to wrap up the regular season. Brunswick throws it away at the start. It's a fast start for J.C. Bolden, who's got all 8 for Cape Fear. They have a 6-point lead. The Dolphins cannot take care of the basketball right now. They have at least 5 turnovers, make it 6, and that's just doing little things right there from, I didn't mean it this way, but the pun is Little just got her hands up to make that deflection. Cape Fear comes up empty. Dolphins get a stop, though. Now, right now, this matchup/trapping zone for Cape Fear has worked to perfection for Coach Taylor Todd Williams, who was an assistant a few years ago, took over 2 seasons ago, and she's got now the top 2 best starts in program history for this Sea Devils team that is very comfortable and always on the verge of the national tournament. They last went, I think, 3 seasons ago it was. It's going to be a travel there on Bolden, so Brunswick will get it back here. Just 1 field goal tonight for the Dolphins. Kaylin Logan Bouknight. I mentioned J.C. Bolden's got all 8 for Cape Fear, so not a lot of parity so far at the start of this one, but the Sea Devils on a 6-0 run right now. Hemby into the forecourt. Jemiah Leach is in. She catches the bounce pass, gets it back to Hemby. Hemby, the long jumper, no good. Tip for the rebound, and Henderson wins the battle. Elia Henderson, 7.5 rebounds per game. Attacking Little. And that swipe down by Leach is going to send Kahari Little to the free throw line, the second leading scorer on the team. Little at 15.5 points per ball game, 3.4 steals, 6.4 rebounds. So with Chisholm apparently out today, she is the second leading stealer on the team, but tonight she's done the bulk of the work, and she puts in the first point for Cape Fear from somebody not named J.C. Bolden, and gets 1 out of 2. Offensive rebound by Holmgren on the rebound. That'll drive you nuts if you're Joe Gaughan, because that's an easy 2 then given up. And it's now 9 straight points for Cape Fear. They lead it 11-2 as we go inside 3 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Chris Sheeman with you at the home studio in downtown Cleveland. Boy, this is going to get real ugly real quick if these turnovers continue. Little's got another steal. Bolden is already in double figures with 10 points, and it's 11 straight points for Cape Fear. Sea Devils came out sloppy, and Brunswick has stayed sloppy, as you see right there. Skylar Lassiter out. Jada Burnett comes in. This Brunswick team's just playing nervous right now. Like, it's just a game. Settle down. You've been playing basketball in theory your whole lives. Get back to the fundamentals. Sea Devils a bit sloppy, as I mentioned. A lot of travels early on for Cape Fear. I mentioned it's a pretty good team in terms of balance with rebounding and steals. 6 different players, average over 2 steals a game for the Sea Devils, and most of the starting lineup averages 7 rebounds or more. They're led by Sierra Sims, who averaged 10 rebounds a game. Nice rocket pass down low. Logan Boatnight pass was deflected. Lassiter able to recover. Now it's Leach. Way too strong. Little the rebound. But Little averages 6.4 rebounds of her own. McDonald, it's swung by Henderson to Bolden. Now back to Henderson. Way off. Put back down low by Sims, no good. Sims, like Sadasia Murphy, a very good offensive rebounder. She is second in D2 in offensive rebounds a game at 6.5. Petaway from Wake, who we saw a little while ago, she's tops in D2. We haven't seen Sadasia Murphy yet tonight, but the best rebounder for the Dolphins. Brooke Wilkins coming back in, so it's Wilkins, it's Logan Boatnight, it's Jada Burnett, and Krishaya McCoy. Cape Fear on an 11-0 run. They have held Brunswick to 2 points here in this quarter. It's been all turnovers at the start for Brunswick. Jemiah Leach with 9 on the shot clock has it poked away. Trying to recover, but guess what? Little has well, does she? No, Little lost her footing. I think she's okay. I think she's just exasperated with herself there. In transition, McCoy can't score. Yeah, Little's fine. She's cherry picking down there and lays it up and in. So Bolden scored the first 8. Little's got 5 of the last 7, and Cape Fear just asserting its dominance as the number 16 team in the country right now. Burnett uses the baseline, and it's just another throwaway. Bolden in the passing lane that time. Bolden's got a dozen.
Put your hands up, Chris. Come on.
The shot clock and game clock are about identical. And if I were Brunswick, I'd really just try to hold this. Instead, Burnett takes a quick one. It's an air ball. Little's got the rebound. Throws it ahead for Bolden. Extra pass goes awry. It's recovered to Sims, who misses it. McCoy's got the rebound. At the buzzer, McCoy can't bank it, and a 15-0 run for Cape Fear here in this first quarter. And Brunswick has a lot of work to do. 17-2 Sea Devils. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. Second quarter is underway. Cape Fear in control of this one. One field goal for the Dolphins. Kalen Logan Boatnight. That's it. In fact, there's 3 scorers in the entire game so far after 10 minutes. It's going to be a 3-second violation on Henderson. So Logan Boatnight with the lone bucket. And then J.C. Bolden's got 12. Kahari Little has 5. Normally I have highlights to show you. There were no highlights in that first quarter. Kalen Logan Boatnight, the rainbow shot from 3, no good. Long rebound to Brooke Wilkins. Extra chance at it for the Dolphins. Entry pass looking for Jada Burnett, deflected out by Cape Fear. Kalen looking to get it in with 16 on the shot clock. It's deflected, and then Jada, for some reason, thought to save it, but it was going off Cape Fear. Instead, it's another Dolphins turnover. Holmgren on the far side. McDonald throws the extra pass to Bolden. Back to Holmgren, back to Bolden. Dolphins in the zone. Holmgren, the tip pass to Henderson. Couldn't get the bucket, but she's fouled. I believe that is the first foul on Brunswick. No, we had free throws. So it's the second foul only on Brunswick, though. Sadasia Murphy in the game for the first time. I mentioned we didn't see her in the first quarter, so out there now for Brunswick. As Henderson on the board. Henderson, 10.5 points per ball game, 71% free throw shooter. Gets 1 out of 2. Dolphins give up another rebound. And Sierra Sims scores. Sims at 14.6 points per ball game and 10 rebounds, averaging a double-double a night. What a player for the Sea Devils. They have scored 18 straight points. We were tied at 2. Cape Fear, if you can believe it, came out a little flat. Took them a while to settle in, but once they started forcing the turnovers, it got a lot of easy buckets. Sadasia Murphy being aggressive, and that's what you got to do if you're the Dolphins. Attack the zone. So Murphy with an intelligent play. Sadasia at the line, 61% on the season. Murphy, one of the top rebounders in D2, as we talked about. She's 21st with 76 offensive rebounds, averaging 10 rebounds a game in the month of January. Also 4.9 offensive rebounds a game. That Cleveland game on the road, Sadasia had a season-high 22 rebounds in that game. That ends an 18-0 run for Cape Fear. McDonald over to Bolden, waited for her defender, steps left, can't get the three. She's been hot from three, 39% in January, but misses that one. Brooke Wilkins, Kaylin Logan Boaknight, Murphy, Burnett, and Jemiah Leach, the five right now for your Dolphins. Leach hesitates, attacks, throws it up. No, Burnett, the putback. Bank shot is good, so how about that? Back-to-back buckets for the Dolphins, finally. Try to string some more stops together on this end. Sims aggressive, and Sims draws contact. So Sierra Sims was scoreless in the first half. And looking for points number 3 and or 4 here in the second quarter. 2 team fouls on Brunswick, 1 on Cape Fear in the opening couple of minutes here in quarter number 2. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. Thanks for hanging out with me, wherever you might be watching from. I hope it's less gray where you are. I was talking to somebody about this today. You know, I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and then I moved to the Carolinas for 11 years, and I came back. When I grew up in Cleveland, it used to snow in the winter. And now it's just gray. It's just gray and 40. And it's gross. Give me 20 degrees and fluffy white snow and sunshine over gray and 40. Kaylin Logan Boaknight flips it up, grazes the rim. This little bat there, that was McDonald with the rebound to herself. Throw ahead was deflected. Bolden, and they've started to call it. Now that was an offensive foul 2 times in the first quarter. Now that's a block. So J.C. Bolden at the free throw line. What a season for the sophomore. Who's offering her? Somebody, please. J.C. Bolden, 20.1 points per ball game, 4.2 rebounds, 3.9 assists, 2.3 steals. If she doesn't get an offer, I'm going to start my own college. Get her on my team. Come and kick your butts. Bishop Sycamore, you. Bolden's got 14. I wonder if anybody's trademarked that name, Bishop Sycamore. Anybody remember that? That was fun. 23-6. Kaylin Logan Boaknight throws it cross court. High pass recovered by McCoy. Murphy in the corner. Kaylin Logan Boaknight, trouble with the pass. It's a steal by Henderson. Throw ahead to Bolden, lays it up and in. That's the way it's gone for Cape Fear. Dolphins not taking care of the basketball, and Cape Fear saying thank you very much. I don't know how many steals they have at this point, but I think at least 3/4 of their field goals have come on steals. I have to think it's at least that high. Second foul on Cape Fear here in the quarter as we've played 3 minutes and 8 seconds here in quarter number 2. Skylar Lassiter got the start tonight, comes in. Kaylin Logan Boaknight goes out. Lassiter. Murphy attacks again. Yes, thank you. Sadeja gets it. Second trip to the line. She's been aggressive of late. We saw her hit 9 out of 14 from the free throw line. I think that was the Wake Tech game. She was aggressive again against Guilford. Didn't score in double figures, but attacking nonetheless. And she's hit all 3 of her free throws, which is also a good sign for the Dolphins. Mentioned both of these teams good at getting to the free throw line. There were relatively few whistles in the first quarter. That has changed here in the second as both teams with 3 team fouls. Bolden running the point, gets it to Holmgren. Extra pass to Henderson. Sims, it was deflected to McDonald. Now Bolden attacks. And it hangs, comes off. Another offensive rebound for Sims. And she's going to the line. 36th in D2 in rebounds per game at 10 a night. And like I said in the first quarter, if you're just joining us, like Sadeja Murphy, Sierra Sims, a very good offensive rebounder. Second in D2 in offensive rebounds per game at 6.5. There's plenty of teams that don't average 6.5 offensive rebounds a night. Sierra Sims, we've seen it on display already here tonight. The work that she does, it's just those little things. That ball was deflected. It's a live ball. Brooke Wilkins backs it out, but numbers for the Dolphins. And Jada Burnett going to go to the free throw line. So both teams already with 4 team fouls. And this is a little more of the game that we were expecting at the outset. A lot of free throws, with both teams around the 22 free throw attempt a night range. In and out there for Jada, who's got 1 field goal today, averaging 3.6 points, 5.2 rebounds per night. The local product from Charlotte misses them both. Sims another board. Bolden quickly into the front court. Bounce passes it to Little. Toss back to Bolden, right back to Little. Bolden and Little playing hot potato now. Bolden for 3, 0 of 2 from behind the arc. She's got 16 points, though. Don't worry, she's doing just fine. Just not hitting the threes. Wilkins into the forecourt. So both teams on the verge of the bonus. As we approach the midway point of the second quarter. Murphy looking down low. It's another steal. Bolden this time. Holmgren into the forecourt. Holmgren. It's got to be something. What is it? They're going to call a block again. So it was, again, a charge 2 different times in the first quarter. It's been a block 2 different times in the second quarter. Maybe we're just doing an even-odd number thing. But Kelly Holmgren at the line, 60% free throw shooter. Holmgren on the season, 8.3 points per ball game, 4.8 rebounds. I mentioned Demaya Chisholm. We haven't seen her tonight. I got to think normally in the starting lineup. So Holmgren stepping in for her, and she's done a lot of the little things well. Not on the scoreboard yet, and still not able to scratch, but providing a lot of size and getting some deflections and rebounds. Missed both free throws. Lassiter couldn't gain control, so Holmgren had it, and then she threw it away. Ball will go back to Brunswick. Wilkins over to Murphy out on the wing. Burnett back to Brooke. And it's another deflection. Little just making it look easy. Kari Little's got 7 points. She might have that many steals. Lassiter on the near side. Anaya Hemby back in. Murphy, Wilkins, and Burnett, the 5 for Brunswick. Sadeja doubled up in the corner. High pass recovered by Lassiter, 9 to shoot. Hemby fires up a 3, banks it in. Anaya Hemby's 33% from 3. She doesn't shoot the ball a lot, but they leave Holmgren open. She bricks the triple. Wilkins looking to push. Coming from behind, and it's going to be a reach called on Henderson. Both teams in the bonus. So free throws for Brunswick. And we go to another timeout. 4:31 to go here in the second quarter. Cape Fear still in control. Welcome back, everybody. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. It's game 3 of a 4-game homestand for Brunswick, Saturday against Central Carolina. That game will be either here on YouTube or on the Dolphins' Facebook page. I don't know. We're kind of figuring that out. It was supposed to be on YouTube. We might have to move it to Facebook. That'll be a 3-game road trip to follow after Saturday, and it starts very quickly. It's a back-to-back this weekend for Brunswick. They'll play Sunday at Guilford. So this homestand coming to a close this weekend, and then quick turnarounds. Brooke Wilkins on the board. 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. Both teams in the bonus. Bolden leaves it for McDonald. Sims backing down, swings it back out. McDonald, Little swings it over to Bolden from the baseline. Yes. J.C. Bolden has 18 of the 30 for Cape Fear. She is the difference in this game. Brooke Wilkins now nearest us. Bounce pass taken away by Little. Little is the difference in this game. She has been outstanding. Defensively, she has been about as perfect as you can ask your freshman guard to be. She's got 80 steals in the game. It feels like it. Lassiter being hounded gets it to Hemby, who hit a 3 before the timeout, to the cutter. Lassiter leaves it. Burnett, yes, in the foul. Nice play there for the Dolphins. Jada, a chance for an old-school three-point play. She's up to 4 points here today. And that is how it's supposed to look against the zone. Just waits to the right moment. Free throw back to live action is no good. Players kind of stood frozen for a moment before Bolden got the rebound. Bolden hesitates, attacks, out to Little. Bolden, Little from the half circle, yes. Second player in double figures, Ari Little with 11. Lassiter throws it away. This time it's Sims with the steal. Sims over Lassiter, banks it. Nice play there by Sierra Sims in transition. You got a player that can average 10 rebounds a game and handle the ball like that. That helps if you're looking to start the fast break. Sadasia Murphy had it poked away. Guess who? Little again. Steal number 91 here in the half. It's an all-time basketball record tonight, folks. Little came in averaging 3.4 steals. She's at least, in all seriousness, my silliness aside, she's at least doubled that already. I think she's got that many. We'll have to check the box score later. That was a kickball. Evidently it wasn't. I honestly don't know. If you're Joe Gaughan, what do you say in the locker room? It's fundamental stuff right now for Brunswick. You've certainly got to know where Little is before you're going to pass the basketball. Sims using the offensive glass a couple of different times, but couldn't score and then lost it out of bounds. So Sims got a couple of offensive rebounds in that single sequence, but unable to come up with it. And then Brunswick gives it right back. So it's Bolden into the front court. Holmgren, the flip and score, her first points tonight. So all 5 starters now have scored. We've only seen Maya McDonald off the bench. It's a short bench tonight for Taylor Todd Williams, who has really done a nice job at Cape Fear's Cape Fear team since I've been covering Region 10, going back to, what year was it? 2015, I think, 2016 maybe. But Taylor Todd Williams is the third coach for Cape Fear. But the program just continues to be in that conversation nationally. As I mentioned, they are 16th ranked in the country. They probably should be higher than that. 15-0 as Jemiah Leach gets the first free throw to go. Best start in program history. And Coach Taylor Todd Williams, big reason why. Dolphins doing a nice job hitting their free throws tonight. Free throw shooting has not always been there, but it is tonight for Brunswick. McDonald on the far side, Little between the circles. McDonald again. For the first time tonight, Cache Morton in the game. Set the 5 for Brunswick here in a moment. Almost a steal there for Brunswick, and then we do have a 3-second violation. That's the second one Henderson's picked up. She's got to be more aware in the lane there. So Jemiah Leach out there with Cache Morton, Skylar Lassiter in, Kaylin Logan Boaknights, and Sadeja Murphy. Inside a minute to play here until halftime. Down low, Leach puts it up and in. So Jemiah with 4 quick points. Matches Jada Burnett, Sadeja Murphy for the high for the team. J.C. Bolden leads everybody with 18. She's got the basketball now for the Sea Devils. Leaves it for Little, who's got 11 tonight. Bolden cut off, gets it out. Elbow jumper by Holmgren is good. So Kelly Holmgren, quiet start to the game, but late in the second quarter, she's caught fire with back-to-back buckets. Kaylin Logan Boaknight, last shot if you're the Dolphins. Sadeja Murphy. Extra pass, Cache Morton wide open, missed it, tipped for the rebound, and the Dolphins will keep it with 4.8 on the clock. Murphy going to be called for an offensive foul, it looks like, and now Cape Fear will have 2.7 to work with. See what kind of arm Bolden has. From half court at the buzzer, it comes up short. But very little has gone wrong for Cape Fear, this nationally ranked program taking it to the Dolphins. 40-18 Sea Devils as we go to the halftime break. All right, I don't know if this is going to work or not. I didn't find a whole lot in the way of replays at halftime, so I thought maybe, it doesn't look like it's working. That's okay. Well, you try things sometimes, and sometimes it comes out right, and sometimes it doesn't, ladies and gentlemen, and it doesn't look like this one's coming out right. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you as we'll eventually get back to live basketball here. And so I'm still fumbling around. Yeah, I think we got it. All right. So we didn't have a lot of highlights to show you for the Dolphins, so I thought maybe we'd do something different. So this was, let's see, there we go. That's me and Meepy at halftime. Trying to play a little catch there. So first throw is always you got to get her attention, and then the second one's just a clean block. That's just a clean block right there by Meepy. And then, couldn't quite handle the pass there. All right, that's your highlights. It's 40-18 Cape Fear as we start this third quarter. Chris Sheeman back here with my nonsense. I hope you're having a good night as we're back to live action. Kaylin Logan Boatnight going to the hoop, and she draws the foul, so Kaylin will go to the line. Leading scorers for the Sea Devils, it was J.C. Bolden's show. She scored the first 8 points for the Sea Devils, had a game-high 18 in the first half. Kari Little with 11 in the game. Ciara Sims with 6, Kelly Holmgren 4, and Jayla Henderson with 1. For the Dolphins, Sadasia Murphy, Jemiah Leach, and Jada Burnett all have 4 points. Kaylin Logan Boaknight with that 1 out of 2 has 3 points. Anaya Hemby has 3, and Brooke Wilkins has 1. The Sea Devils came out a little bit sluggish. Then they scored on a massive run at the end of the first quarter to build an 18-point lead and really have not looked back. And Sims gets another extra chance opportunity. She's got 8 points, and I'd say half of that via the offensive rebound. So underway here in this second half as the Dolphins play game 3 of a 4-game homestand. Bolden up to 20. Cape Fear, this is game 5 of an 8-game road trip. Well, that'll test you. And Cape Fear so far has been unblemished. 15-0 on the year. They are 16th ranked in the country. Good ball movement. Krishaya McCoy with a triple. Her first basket. Bolden penetrates. Extra pass out to Little for 3. No good. Box out there by Krishaya. She'll bring it into the forecourt. So it's McCoy, Jemiah Leach, Skylar Lassiter, Kaylin Logan Boaknight, and Brooke Wilkins to start the second half for Brunswick. Cape Fear, we've only seen 6 players. I think that's all they have on the active roster today. Henderson did not get the start here in the second half, so it's Kahari Little, it's J.C. Bolden, Maya McDonald, Sierra Sims, and Kelly Holmgren to start this third quarter for the Sea Devils. Brunswick gets the turnover. Dolphins back in action Saturday against Central Carolina. Cape Fear will also play Saturday in game. That'll be their 6th game in this 8-game homestand, or road trip, excuse me. And Cape Fear will be at Lewisburg on Saturday. That's going to be a kick ball. Shot clock will go back to 20. It was down to 11 for Brunswick. Kaylin Logan Boaknight to inbound for Brunswick. Dolphins have had this long losing streak going back to November. Krishaya McCoy, the open jumper, no good. Nice box out there by Holmgren. Dolphins will have a better shot on Saturday against Central Carolina, a team they beat earlier this year. Central Carolina's played some common opponents, very tough though. What a steal by Bolden. Bolden to the bucket, she's got 22. Past her season average, the top scorer in Region 10. Putting on a clinic here tonight in this rival game. McCoy drives in, Jemiah Leach swatted by Sims. And then a foul called on Cape Fear as Boaknight went for the putback. So Kaylin Logan Boaknight, who hit 1 out of 2 moments ago back at the free throw line, mentioned this in the first half. Kaylin's been hot in January, back-to-back games in double figures. She's going to have to work hard here in the second half to keep that streak alive. Up to 4 points now. Averaging close to 11 points per ball game, double her previous season average. She's up to 8.1 points per ball game. Shooting the three better as well. 32% from three. Dolphins in a bit of a trap of their own. Little throws it away. How about that? Finally, we get Little, and then the Dolphins turn it right back over. McDonald with the steal. Here's Little to the bucket, and she scores. Ugh. Little had, I don't know how many steals she had in the first half. We don't keep those stats at the home studio here, but it felt like 7 or 8. Cape Fear and Brunswick meeting for the first time. I understand the bridge on 17 is down, or they're repairing it or something, so there's only one bridge in and out of Wilmington. Oh man, that's got to make traffic. Traffic already is nuts around there. I could just imagine. But these two teams will rematch in Wilmington on February 21st. So about 3 weeks or so from now. Jemiah Leach, shot clock at 10. Catch and shoot by Logan Boaknight. Missed it back rim. Little the board. Little pushes. Dolphins getting back. Little attacks anyways. It's blocked. Nicely done by Jemiah Leach because she kept it in bounds. A rare mistake in this game for Little. McCoy out of control. Dolphins this time slower to get back. And it's going to lead to free throws for Bolden. J.C. Bolden. Mentioned the top scorer in Region 10. 21st in the country in points per game. Been shooting the ball from behind the arc well in January, 39%. But we have not seen really much of a need for the three ball tonight for Cape Fear. It's not an especially strong part of their game at 28% as a team, but they haven't needed it at all. It's been all turnovers and layups. Bolden up to 24 now. Kaylin Logan Boaknight almost had it stripped. Comes to Jemiah Leach, and we got a whistle. I think we have another kickball there. Cape Fear 3 fouls already. Just one on Brunswick here nearing the midway point of the third quarter. Cache Morton in. Sadeja Murphy. Boaknight. Backing down. Little trying to sell the contact. Good no call there by the official. Leach cleared some space. Came up empty. Hustle play there by Cache. Jemiah, the finger roll, got it to go. So Jemiah Leach leads them with 6. Now Holmgren The back door all to Little, who scores up to 15 now for Little. McCoy. Cache Morton out on the left wing with it. Back to Krishaya. The runner from the baseline, an air ball, and then it's punched out by the Dolphins. Ball will go back to Cape Fear with 4:21 left to go here in this third quarter. We got a timeout. We'll step aside with the Sea Devils in control of this one. All right, welcome back, everybody. Cape Fear in control. It'll be Sea Devils basketball. J.C. Bolden, 24 points. Gets it to the second leading scorer in the game, Little, who's off on the three. Rebounds to Deja Murphy. Appreciate back here with you at the home studio. These two rivals meeting for the first time this season. Deja Murphy drawing contact. 14 fouls on Cape Fear. Dolphins have definitely gotten to the free throw line more often here in this game than the Sea Devils. Both teams were evenly matched in that category coming into play. Murphy's been hot from the free throw line. All 5 points from the charity stripe for Deja. We talked about her rebounding. 10 a game in January. She keeps climbing the ladder in blocks. Season high 5 blocks Saturday against Guilford. Deja up to 30 blocks on the season. 25th in D2 in that category. 1.6 blocks per game. About half the team's blocks. Foul called on Brunswick, their second team foul with 3:45 to go here in the third quarter. Sierra Sims at the charity stripe. A double-double threat, averaging a double-double at nearly 15 points, 10 rebounds a night. And I mentioned 6.5 of those coming on the offensive glass. Second best in the country in that category. 1 out of 2 at the line, so she's got 9 points. Kaylin Logan Boaknight, contested shot. That might have been blocked by Holmgren. Nice deflection there by McCoy. Kaylin now fakes the three, attacks, flips it up, off, tough angle, put back underneath is good for Cache Morton. Couple of hustle plays for Cache since coming in here in this third quarter. Bolden on the left wing now for the Sea Devils. Holmgren back to her. Sims down low, the turnaround no. Into the forecourt, Krishaya McCoy. Now she'll back it out. Logan Boaknight on the wing. Sadeja Murphy in the corner. Jemiah Leach on the elbow. She'll attack. Throw it up. No. Tip for the rebound. Nice box out there by Sims. Little. Extra pass by McDonald to Holmgren, and we got an offensive foul called on Holmgren. That's the 5th on Cape Fear, so next defensive foul will be free throws for Brunswick. Dolphins just 2 fouls you see there on your screen with 2:22 left to go. Still haven't seen Henderson for the Sea Devils, so no subs so far here in this 3rd quarter. Dolphins have Cache Martin, Krishaya McCoy, Leach, Jada Burnett back in the game, and Sadeja Murphy. So Jada coming in out of that whistle as Bolden going back to the free throw line. I think somebody got teed up. It might have been Bolden. The officials will talk about it. Might have been something that was said, but I didn't see a whole lot there. It was a Dolphins got called with a technical foul. So Dolphins got teed up, so this is going to be 4 free throws now for Bolden. Not sure what happened there on the play, but I think it had something to do with somebody saying something. The only thing that I saw was Bolden's response. So when the tee was initially made, that's why I assumed it was on her. Hey, ball don't lie. Take that tee off the board. Bolden misses them both. Now, I think she's getting 2 free throws as well. Oh, no, it was a double tee. So there was one on Bolden. And now it's Krishaya McCoy, her turn at the charity stripe. Just a little bit of talking amongst rivals. Krishaya McCoy gets them both. She's got 5. They're saying it's Brunswick basketball. Anaya Hemby back in, so Dolphins get the basketball. Hemby came in for Jemiah Leach. McCoy looking for Cache Morton. Pass was off the mark. Throw ahead goes to Bolden. Bolden lays it up in it. 26 for J.C. Bolden here tonight. Hemby out deep. Little again with the deflection. I don't think she has a steal yet here in the second half. Had a ton of them in the first half. But even if it's not a steal, that's a nice defensive play. Forces your opponent to inbound it with the shot clock down a little further. Have to get set up in their offense again. As Sadeja Murphy hits a 3. Murphy with 9. That's her first field goal. Previous 6 from the charity stripe. Sims down low, and Brunswick racking up the fouls. So Sims going back to the free throw line. 1 out of 2 earlier in the quarter. With 9 points, chance to get into double figures for Sims. Cape Fear, best start in program history. The previous record was 13-0 last year before they lost. They're 15-0 this year, 13-0 in region play. They're going to be a force. Mentioned it on Saturday. Sims now in double figures with 10. As Skylar Lassiter checks into the game for Sadeja Murphy. But we will have the Region 10 tournament for you coming up in March. Dolphins are hosting. And I'm real interested to see how that one goes. It's going to be competitive. Sea Devil team, currently number 16 in the country. The favorites, but there's a lot of contenders. Don't count out Bryan and Stratton. Don't count out Lewisburg. Southwest Virginia, there's some really good teams. Bolden on the far side. Sims to Little. Up top, it's McDonald for 3. And Lassiter the rebound. Inside 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Cape Fear in control from the get-go. Cache Morton too strong. Tip for the rebound, and McDonald throws it ahead. Little cherry picking. Doing a little James Worthy there. That's what Big Game James used to do back in the 80s. He'd notice the miss, and if Kareem got the rebound or Kurt Rambis got the rebound, James was already in the front court. Magic just had to get the spiral pass going, and that's what happened there. Brunswick turns it over. So last shot time. Bolden will let it roll. Now Holmgren throws it up. Tough earned bucket there by Kelly Holmgren, who's got 6. At the buzzer, McCoy collided with Jada Burnett, and we've got 10 more minutes in this one. Cape Fear looking good as they look to keep their unbeaten streak going. We'll be back with the fourth quarter here in just a moment. Dolphins basketball is brought to you by Coastal Transplants. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. It'll be Dolphins basketball as we start the final quarter. Cape Fear on their way to a 16-0 start to the season. Unblemished thus far. Dolphins, Cache Morton goes to the ground, saves the possession with 12 to shoot. Rashai McCoy over to Lassiter. Corner jumper no good. Hemby tried for the rebound. It was knocked out of bounds off of Little, so Brunswick will have 7 to work with on the shot clock. Sadeja Murphy with 9 points. Jemiah Leach with 6. Rashai McCoy has 5. Kaylin Logan Boaknight with 4. Jada Burnett also with 4. Leading scorers for Brunswick. 4 to work with on the shot clock. Dolphins going to have to hoist. Lassiter puts it up off the back rim. Rebound by McDonald. Maya McDonald, the only player who has not scored yet for Cape Fear. Boy, everybody collapsing around Sims. That left Bolden open. 3-point shooting's been the only thing that hasn't gone right for Bolden, who's got a game-high 26. Kari Little with 17 in the game. Sierra Sims with 10. Kelly Holmgren with 6. Leading scorers for the Sea Devils.
You can't travel if you don't have control of the ball.
Jump ball possession arrow will give it back to Cape Fear. For Cape Fear, it's game 5 of an 8-game road trip. Dolphins coming to the end of this 4-game homestand. This is game 3 of that 4-game stand. Wrap it up on Saturday, then they'll hit the road on Sunday to travel to Guilford for that rematch. Little corner shot, no good. Put back by Sims is knocked out of bounds. Jada Burnett with the deflection. Maya McDonald will inbound for the Sea Devils. Brunswick men and Cape Fear men playing tonight up in Wilmington as Sims up to a dozen. Checked it was a 1-point Brunswick lead at halftime of that game. They're likely well into the second half like we are. Foul called on Brunswick, I believe. Nope, on Cape Fear, excuse me. Their first foul here in the final quarter. Cache Morton trouble with the pass. It's deflected out to Lassiter. Morton now gets around 2 defenders. Goes glass, can't score. Quick pass ahead by Sims. And again, a little cherry picking action. This time it's Bolden who's up to 28. The top scorer in the region. Putting on a show for the fans and us here tonight. J.C. Bolden. Jada Burnett had it deflected by J.C. Bolden. Throw ahead by Little to Bolden. Put up no good. Here comes Krishaya McCoy over on the far side trying to dribble out of trouble. And Bolden's got her second steal in as many possessions and a hard foul there. Cache Morton.
Really, another technical?
They call an intentional foul on that. I don't know about that. Just going for the ball there. Let me see this. I didn't get the replay of it. I mean, it's a hard foul. You know, the way they call it nowadays. I'm taking a look at it here on the YouTube replay. Let's see here. I finally got it pulled up. Yeah, no, she was going for the ball. The contact was on the arm. You know, I understand if there's contact to the head, it's not even a conversation. But the contact was, you know, if you're going for the ball, there's no need for the official to make that call there. That's just a regular foul. Take your free throws. So J.C. Bolden up to 30 points, and it will be it's Cape Fear basketball. How did they not know that? God. So that's a bad call, but J.C. Bolden benefits, and she's got 4 points out of the sequence there. 32 for J.C. Hemby looking for Burnett. It's through her legs. Cache Morton with the steal. Jada Burnett down low. And how about Cache Morton off the bench? 3 of those little things to help your team. Cache Morton putting in the work. We got a timeout. We'll step aside as well. Let's run back a few plays from this third quarter for Brunswick. Some nice ball movement there. A couple of triples in that third quarter, but mentioned before we went away that Cache Martin doing a lot of the little things. Here's one example of that from Cache Martin, who has the offensive rebound there. And then, how about a triple from Sadeja Murphy? Not really her game, but looking good with that shot. As we're back to live action here, we've got 7:12 to go in the ball game. Cape Fear well in control. They went on a run at the end of the first quarter, and it really kind of sealed things. They have not looked back since that time. It has been all Sea Devils here tonight. This number 16 team in the country. On the guys' side of things, up in Wilmington, it's Brunswick 65 and Cape Fear 60. So Dolphins maybe trying to get a split. Cache Morton down low, throws it up, contested by Holmgren. Dolphins extra crack at it out of the timeout. Then it's a steal. Look at the speed by J.C. Bolden. 34 points for J.C. Bolden in the game. This is a Cape Fear team that doesn't have a ton of depth. So J.C. has a chance for 40 here tonight, if not more. Foul called on Brunswick. It will be team foul number 2 on the Dolphins. Chris Sheeman back here with you. I won't be with you for the next 2 Dolphins games, so you folks can do your own play-by-play commentary at the house. I'll be with you again later in February. Dolphins will have 5 more home games. That's going to be a travel that time on Little. Kaylin Logan Boaknight, Skylar Lassiter, Sadeja Murphy, Jada Burnett, and Jemiah Leach, the 5 right now for the Dolphins. It's been the same 5 in the entire second half for Cape Fear. 36, by the way, now for J.C. Bolden. Little, Bolden, McDonald, Sims, and Holmgren. We have not seen Jayla Henderson, who has just 1 point tonight. She's been on the bench the entire second half. So J.C. Bolden now up to 36 in the game. Can she pass the Dolphins total? Lassiter nearest us, spinning around trouble. Low pass, Leach recovers, throws it up, can't get the friendly rim. Rebound controlled by McDonald. Throw ahead to Sims, and they were looking for Little. I don't think Little was expecting it. Pass was off either way. So ball goes back to Brunswick. Dolphins after Saturday, a 3-game road trip. Cape Fear, this is a long road trip. You don't see them this long normally. 8-game road trip for Cape Fear, and they've really only been at home once since earlier in the season. It's been a long time. Of course, this is, just down the road. But it counts. They leave Bolden. She attacks, and she's up to 38 points. I mean, at this point, I don't know if 50's out of the realm. So J.C. Bolden by herself has more points than the Dolphins, 38 to 37. Leach on the far side. Sadeja Murphy hit a 3. Not that time. Lassiter the rebound. Kaylin Logan Boaknight attacks. Put back down low by Sadeja. Sadeja Murphy in double figures with 11. Now Bolden. Bolden given space. Gets it out to Holmgren. Holmgren the flip and score. Kelly Holmgren with 8. Everybody except for Skylar Lassiter, who has played in this game, has scored. Bolden again, step back, and it's a 2. So she's got her 40. Might we look at a 50-piece from J.C. Bolden? I'm not sure if there's enough time for that. Cape Fear will start to run some clock most likely, but I mean, if the Dolphins keep turning it over like this, it's not out of the realm. So a timeout with 3:33 left to go in this one. Cape Fear on its way to a 16-0 start to the year. We'll be back. Welcome back, everybody. I mentioned J.C. Bolden up to 40 points. Kahari Little with 17. Sierra Sims with 12. So 3 players in double figures for Cape Fear. Kelly Holmgren knocking on the door with 8 points tonight. Sadasia Murphy with 11 for Brunswick. Jada Burnett, Jemiah Leach, 6 points each. Krishaya McCoy has 5. Well, they're Golden Bolden. Bolden, will they say she was in the act of shooting? Hope everything's okay with Henderson. She's been on the bench the entire second half, as we mentioned. Not a lot of depth through this Cape Fear team. Demaya Chisholm, one of their better players, not active today. Murphy almost with the steal, just ran out of real estate there. I like what I've seen from Sadasia Murphy, though. She is a hustle player. She's got some toughness to her, too. McDonald to inbound. Here's Bolden. Splits the defense, swings it out. Little for 3. I don't know this for sure, but I believe that is the first triple for Cape Fear. I don't think they've hit any other threes. Jada Burnett, quick trigger, no. Offensive rebound, Lassiter can't get it to go, and the ball tipped to Holmgren. Lassiter is the lone player who has not scored, who has played here tonight. A little flip by Little, who's now got 22 in the game, so 62 between Bolden and Little. J.C. Bolden with a 40-piece. Kaylin Logan Boaknight bounce passes it right to Sims. Throw ahead goes to Bolden. Bolden hesitates, lays it up and in. 42 points. Nearing 2 minutes left to go. Like I said, I don't think there's enough time. It's going to be called for a reach there. For Cape Fear, I believe that's their third team foul. I'm only seeing 2 there on the scoreboard, though. Lassiter bounce pass, deflected. Murphy takes it right back, but then runs out of room. So it'll be Cape Fear basketball. Bolden over to Little. Little from the elbow swishes it. Been real impressed with her. Of course, J.C. Bolden kind of stole the show today, but to me, Little maybe a little too much flopping, but you like the idea. If you're Coach Todd Williams. But this Little player, I mean, she's something else. Her instincts defensively. Hemby trying to get out of trouble. Her pass goes awry. Little going to travel with the basketball that time. So Cape Fear going to go to 16-0, 14-0 in the region. They'll be at Lewisburg on Saturday. That'll be a tough one. Dolphins, a shot at the win on Saturday as Murphy up to a baker's dozen now tonight. They will host Central Carolina. Try to end this long losing streak. They beat Central Carolina earlier this year on the road. So opportunity on Saturday to get back in the win column and in this long slide. Logan Boaknight going to be fouled. That's 4 on Cape Fear. So Sadeja Murphy leads the Dolphins with 13 tonight. Not sure what her rebounding numbers are today, but maybe a chance at a double-double. Hemby in the lane, bounce passes it to Bolden. It's deflected around. Little, oh, nice job just staying in bounds. And Bolden is fouled with 8 seconds left. Now, if you're Cape Fear, you're up 89-41. Dribble the ball out. This is a massive pet peeve of mine. And believe me, if I were on the court, that foul would have been a lot harder than what Brunswick did. They think they've seen some intentional fouls. So 42 for Bolden. She's at the line. There's absolutely no reason to take a shot in that situation. None. One out of two. Sadeja Murphy might try to hoist one up here at the buzzer. Can't get it to go, and the game comes to a close. Cape Fear wins it, 90-41. Dolphins are back in action on Saturday against Central Carolina. We'll have that one for you either on YouTube or on the Brunswick Facebook page, Dolphins Women's Facebook account. So it's going to be one of those two places on Saturday, so make sure you subscribe to both. I'll be with you again later on in February. Until then, folks,